Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Now today, if you haven't seen from the title of the video, it is going to be another Instagram hacks video. Now I have made a playlist for this in my Instagram playlist, so go and watch that. My YouTube playlist, sorry, so go and watch that. Now obviously, being 2020, lots of people want to grow their Instagram, their YouTube, and I am so happy because this is the time to do it. Like right now is the time to do it. Before the market gets saturated or anything like that, there is room for everyone right now. I initially started Instagram, I was like, there is no way I could ever like be an Instagram person or, you know, do anything with my Instagram page. Like, in the beginning you do feel trapped and you do feel like really stuck of how are you even going to get, you know, any ideas of how to grow on Instagram. But I just want to help everyone and help as many people as I can to prove that if I can do it, anyone can do it. And there's no, like, you don't have to look a certain way anymore, you don't have to post certain things. There are just different steps on how to grow. So guys, I'm so excited to be doing this one because 2020, like, I've never seen a year where so many people's resolutions was to start making money off of Instagram in 2020, to become big on Instagram in 2020. Like, Instagram is a part of so many people's, you know, minds and thoughts and something that they want to grow for themselves, most importantly. And I'm so happy with that because I feel like just to share that stage with anyone else and everyone else would be amazing, and I want to see how many people grow off of it and people making money off of Instagram, because you don't have to be in a 9-to-5 if you don't want to. You don't have to do things that you don't want to do. Like, Instagram is a huge route, and I think that if anyone wants to do it, they should just go for it. And I have so many tips. I've just been, like, honestly so excited to share with everyone because people don't know this. I mean, I didn't know this until about last year. Like, the amount my Instagram page has grown in just a year is insane, and I will leave a link for my Instagram page down below so you can go and check that out. And it keeps growing and growing and growing, and I just want to share that with you guys on how you are going to grow in 2020, because I'm a student and I want to grow on Instagram because Instagram is my hobby. Like, creating the ideas, the themes for it, everything like that. It's kind of like being an artist in a way, because you're creating your own profile, you're creating, you know, how you edit your pictures, how you change the lighting, how you, all these sorts of things, which I will go into as well because that is a huge part of being successful on Instagram. Yeah, so let's get into the video. And these are my 2020 tips on how you can grow on Instagram fast. First things first, I kind of like to focus on the Instagram profile first. So what you are actually presenting to your audience. Now, your Instagram name is a huge tip. So I kind of derived this and discovered this through, you know, studying the YouTube algorithm. And one thing I have discovered is another reason why a lot of the massive, huge YouTubers that we see now, whether it's Team 10, whether it's Zoella, whether it's, you know, different big YouTubers, they all started off, or a lot of them did start off with YouTube names that were very catchy and that weren't their actual name. And I kind of think that this also applies to Instagram. For example, if you are a business page on Instagram, I would suggest putting a bit like a business name for your Instagram name. Sometimes putting your full name is not catchy enough and it's not going to remind people to come back. So if I go on Instagram and I come across someone called Rebecca Peters, with so many names going through your head day to day, I don't think I'm going to remember Rebecca Peters after finding her Instagram in 0.02 seconds and then clicking off again, even if I loved her page. So it needs to be something catchy, it needs to be something cool. I would suggest starting off with, you know, if you're a beauty page, maybe Beauty Loves something, or Beauty Loves Girl. Something that's so catchy, because I feel like names are not catchy at all. I mean, I can meet someone 5 times and still not know their name. Obviously depending on how long I spoke to them, or this, that and the other, or where I met them. But I honestly think putting whatever your niche is into your Instagram name is so important. Make a profile for yourself, make a character for your Instagram. You know, Zoella made a character for her Instagram, so I think that is something to put into consideration as well. Or if you're a travel blogger, put your travel name, or, you know, Wanderer as your Instagram name, or at least in your Instagram bio and in the first line, because when people search for that, they're going to find you straight away because of that. when and how to post or what to post and this, that and the other, because you're doing so many things throughout the day, or some days you're not even doing anything. Like as a student, some days you won't be doing anything, and some days you'll be cooped up at home revising, or cooped up at university revising. Now, one major tip I will say is for your Instagram page, for it to actually honestly grow, especially now in 2020 with the algorithms being so strict, you need to make your content make sense. Make it make sense. Now by this I mean, in the long technical term, find your niche in Instagram. You need to be posting content that will make people come back specifically to see you do that content. For example, say you want to be a fashion blogger. If you want to be a fashion blogger, stick to fashion blogging, and then in the future, maybe after you've grown a little bit, maybe you've grown to 30k, 60k, or even a little bit after that, then start branching out, because people have grown that relationship with you and they don't mind watching you post anything. But in the beginning stages, people are gonna want to come back to you for the specific thing that you started posting about in the beginning. So if it's fashion blogging, don't then post about Call of Duty the next day, or don't then post about, you know, this, that and the other the next day. Make it make sense and make people want to come back for specifically that. If your thing is fashion, absolutely smash the fashion category and make every single post focused on that. Do not branch out, especially if you're starting out. Do not branch out. Just stick to your niche. And that way also allows you to make sure that you're researching ways within your niche to make that even better. Whereas if you're branching out in too many different things, you're not going to be specifying or making that specific niche any better than anyone else. It will give you a chance to grow against your competition, or grow against all the other pages out there to make yourself stand out. Now, one thing that is so important, especially now in 2020 with the Instagram influencer base growing and growing and growing and growing, you need to make yourself relatable. Now I think that is the new trend of all social media platforms ever before, and I know it's been around for the last few years, but even now more so, because everyone is doing Instagram, everyone is doing YouTube, everyone is doing Snapchat stories. You know, you need to make yourself relatable. The reason for this is, for example, I'm a student, I study. Even when I'm studying, I might want to watch study videos or study YouTubers or study tubers as they're called. But what is it about that study tuber? I could have picked out of 100, for example. But why would I pick that one person? Why would I get attached to that one person? So you need to cover a niche. Again, I'll go back to the fashion blogging example. Now, I'm not a fashion blogger. I do like to post fashion videos, but how can I make my fashion videos really, really stand out? If someone were to come across my page, why would they pick me over XYZ? And I know it's kind of like competition time and this, that and the other, but you need to really think of your USP. Why would they pick you over XYZ? Now, even if you're doing study video, maybe you, for example, let me give you examples here. You might want to be, you know, doing a mukbang while doing a study video. You're covering two different things and bringing them into one, and that will even increase your engagement. You might do you might be a study tuber that does ASMR at the same time. So every single video is ASMR, but it's around the study, you know, origin. You might do study videos where you're, you know, in the library, and you base it on the library, you show people how to find books in the library, or make it like so creative and make it so specific to what you're doing as well. You know, as a student, it is so hard to like come up with these things or think about the wider thing that people might want to see, but you really have to crack down and knuckle down on it. And when you find your niche, it might take a while, but when you find what will make you different to everyone else, oh my gosh, you need to run with it. You need to run with it so much, because that was what will make you, you know, blow up in a way. Like, people are going to come back to you because of that. Now, another tip that I have for a small Instagram starting out, especially in 2020, is to make your feed posts match your story posts. Now, one thing that does not make sense for a lot of small or a lot of creators, especially when you're starting out, is if you're posting, you know, this high quality fashion content, you know, your stories is a lot more, your Instagram stories is a relaxed place for you to be more of yourself and post more freely. However, for example, if you're just posting, you know, walking for 40 minutes, or every single day you're posting that you're just walking and walking and walking, or say you're going somewhere fair enough, post that you're on the train, post it once. But if it's constantly the train and the train again and the train again, people might unfollow you just because your stories are not making sense to what you're showing in your feed, especially when you're starting out and people don't know you yet. They haven't created that attachment to you, so you can't just be going ahead and posting, you know. I know I'm a huge animal lover and I really, really want a dog. But if I was just posting pictures of my dog for my entire story on my Instagram page, people would think, does she not do anything else? Like, are we just going to see a dog on her Instagram stories? As much as I would love to see that, I think people don't want to come to your contents just to see the same repeated thing. Post one thing, make it short, and make it make sense. Now, another tip that is so important that a lot of Instagrammers use is the aesthetics of your page. Now, I'm really stripping this back down to basics to when you first click on someone's page. What are your thoughts? Like, literally, when I was studying the Instagram algorithm, I literally thought of it as if, you know, if you're writing an essay or doing some research, you need to literally ask the what, when, where, and how. When I click onto Rebecca Peters' page, what is that first impression I am getting? Now, with this, one of the main tips that I absolutely love about this, and that will like smash it out of the park straight away, is the colour scheme. Now, there are so many different apps that you can use to create a colour theme, and you can also create presets so that it's a lot easier to get the theme that you picked, because sometimes you can spend like half an hour to an hour editing one picture because you're changing the brightness, the saturation, the light balance, this, that and the other. But you can actually create presets to make it a lot easier and, you know, a lot faster when varying it in pictures. Now, we'll go into that in another day and give you guys what presets that I actually use and show you exactly how you can get the same presets that I use, whether it's recording a YouTube video or an Instagram picture. But yes, the aesthetics of your page when someone first clicks on it is so important. One of the main pages that I kind of like, for example, if I see a travel YouTuber or a travel Instagrammer, blues and greens are key. Like, if I'm looking for fashion, I don't really want to see blues and greens, do you know what I mean? If it's a fashion one, I kind of like the monochromes, the blacks and the whites, a lot of white. But if it's a travel vlogger, I want to see greens, I want to see blue ocean, I want to see, you know, when you're in Italy, you can see the yellow, blue, pink, green, purple houses, you know, you want to see that burst of colour. Now, another thing that is so important is your Instagram bio. Now, your bio is, you know, a couple of lines, as you know, but your bio is the tell-all. When someone first clicks on your page, or if someone is on your page and deciding whether they want to still follow you or not, your Instagram bio is the tell-all that tells people a brief description on what happens in your page. Whether you want to keep it short and snappy, or whether you want to link your YouTube to your Instagram bio, keep it short and snappy. Do a little fun fact about yourself. Some people like to put a joke in the bio, like, you know, a fun little one-liner joke, or the fact that they're a traveller. Put it in your bio, make it obvious. Fashion blogger, make it obvious. You want to basically be telling people what the gaps don't tell people. Like, what you can't physically tell someone to their face, tell them on your Instagram page as much as you physically can. Make it clear. Because when people click on your page or when people find you, that is your one chance and one chance only to make them want to follow you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now, that was my part 1 on how to go on Instagram to 10k in very, very short amount of time. Now, I have another video coming out very soon, and that is how to go on Instagram based on the analytics. How to grow your Instagram analytics and increase your engagement, because your engagement is another tip on how you actually grow. Like, there's no way without good engagement you're going to grow on Instagram, and it is so easy. Oh my god, I can't wait to tell you guys. It is so easy once I tell you. It's just knowing. The more you know, the easier it is. So I just want to tell you guys how exactly I did it, and if you want to see that, do subscribe now, because it's going to be coming out in the next video, so you don't want to miss out. Thank you guys, do subscribe now and follow me on Instagram, and I'll be back very, very soon.